Imagine an employee who just stepped into a new role. Instead of thriving, they are exhausted, sitting absolutely still and quietly drifting away from their responsibilities, while the rest of the office blurs past them. Compare that to a second employee, locked in a tense standoff across a desk. They are visibly frustrated by daily workflow restrictions and spend their energy clashing with their manager. Organizations typically misinterpret these behaviors. They label the first employee as someone who lacks drive and write the second one off as a difficult personality who isn't a team player. But the actual root cause is a misunderstanding of a behavioral drive called autonomy. This spectrum tracks a specific instinct, the pull to reach for the steering wheel on the left versus the pull to reach for the group on the right. When companies mistake this spectrum for a measure of intelligence or competence, they accidentally penalize some of their most capable people. On the left side of the spectrum, high autonomy is the wired instinct to take ownership. Under pressure, these individuals are driven to make the call and move without waiting for permission. They operate with a wide field of vision. They naturally see around corners and reason from the top down, starting with the end goal and working backward to the immediate steps. Close oversight actively suppresses the exact traits that make a high-autonomy person valuable. To contribute effectively, they need a significant amount of rope. The archetype here is the corner office. This is the person who enters a room already knowing the decision they want to make, and is mostly waiting to see if anyone argues. This gift for decisiveness has a specific failure mode, steamrolling. Without intentional balance, they make solitary decisions when the situation actually requires group buy-in. On the opposite end of the spectrum, low autonomy is often misunderstood. It represents a different and equally valuable operating system, not a lack of independent ideas. These individuals prefer clear routines and defined lanes. Their field of vision is tightly focused on what is right in front of them, a wiring built specifically for high-level execution. They are naturally consensus-seeking. They check with the group to ensure unified movement, valuing team alignment over individual speed. The archetype for this wiring is the unselfish companion carrying the heavy load, the one with the ring and the frying pan. They are the reason the quest succeeds, because they show up, align, and carry the weight. Their gift is reliability and cohesion. However, they can fall into a trap of waiting, indefinitely delaying a decision because they seek an alignment from the group that may never arrive. Execution requires this specific wiring. The low-autonomy aligner provides the follow-through that allows the high-autonomy decider's ideas to actually materialize. The most practical metric in this framework is the gap between a person's natural wiring and the autonomy their specific job demands. Consider a low-autonomy individual dropped into a highly ambiguous role. The job requires them to act independently, with no playbook and no team to align with. This mismatch houses the employee to burn through their mental fuel. They drift away from their responsibilities because the role forces them outside their natural drive. Now look at the reverse. A high-autonomy person is boxed into a rigid 4-sign-off approval workflow. Their natural drive to move is blocked by a vertical wall of process. This leads to rapid morale decay. Their capacity for independent action is left entirely unused at the gate. In both cases, the behavioral trait is exactly the same. The outcome changes because of the fit. Most workplace friction is simply a matching problem. Organizations frequently over-reward high autonomy, labeling it leadership, while treating the low end as something to be coached out of people. That bias leads to rooms full of deciders. Without aligners to carry the load, you get endless arguments over direction, while nothing actually ships. Effective management uses autonomy as a matching tool. It places deciders where decisions are required, and aligners where execution must be carried out. When a gap appears, a manager's job is to fix the role. You widen the lane or narrow it, rather than asking an employee to fundamentally change how they are wired. Success comes from abandoning the attempt to turn aligners into deciders. The real work is building perfectly mixed teams.